So we're going to move on really quickly to another, our next segment, which is an article that I really liked. I think this article dates back to middle of March. I've been meaning to get it on the show. So today's the day. The title is Just How White is Chicago? Just How White is Chicago's Union for Cops? And this is basically the Fraternal Order of Police. It's not the only police union in Chicago, but it's the one that represents the patrol officers and I think detectives. And it's at least, somewhere around 75%, 80% of the department, I would bet at this point. It's a really interesting article, and I'm going to say we're going to be inviting Chip Mitchell, the author of the article, on the show to talk more about it. I think this is something that was long overdue. I think it's a really good job. Let me get you some statistics to just show you. You should go and read it. The link is going to be in the stream. But 107 people on the board since 2000. The board of the Fraternal Order of Police, that is. Just 7 have been black, despite 20% of the officers being black and 29% of the public they serve being black. So at 20%, they're talking about needing 21, 22 people. We're at about 7. If you want to get up to what percentage of the population is black, then you're talking close to 30%. You're talking about 31, 32 people. We're at 7. And if you zoom in, Chip Mitchell did a really good job on this article. If you zoom in the top leadership, the president and the 3 VPs, vice presidents since 2000, that has been all of 20 people have held those spots over the 20 years. 0 have been black. 0. It's really fascinating when you think about how hard or, at least rhetoric-wise, how the police departments have talked about getting representative of the communities they serve, blah, 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 blah. And here you look at the largest union in Chicago and almost no black people on their board, and certainly none in senior leadership since 2000. And I might be wrong, but I bet you it doesn't get better for the union. It does not get more diverse pre-2000. It doesn't. It probably just gets a much lighter shade of white in all those positions. But I think Chip Mitchell did a fascinating job on this article. We're going to try to get him on the show to talk more about it. It's really something that should be commended. This is the type of work, that, when if you're on the crime beat or you're on the police beat, this is the type of work that should be getting done. This should not be the outlier it is. It's a really good story. It shouldn't be the outlier. It is, and it doesn't have to be, but it's, that took some effort to do. That took some effort in digging, and that's a lot to ask from beat reporters, right? On police beat. It's much easier just to get, what was it, a couple weeks ago on the show, a zero-sourced article. Oh, what was it about? Yeah, I can't think about it, but it literally had 0 sources. It was about the fact that the CPD had sent out an alert to one of the police districts about how they had overheard, or had intelligence that one gang leader ordered gang members to shoot unmarked police cars. This was Tamar, in relation to Adam Toledo's shooting. Yeah, that's what it was. So it was probably last week that we did that segment that had 0 sources. I mean, that's much easier to do. If you're just taking a rumor, you get caught, or you get called by the PR person of the media. It's much easier to do that than what Chip Mitchell did in his piece, which was actual reporting. It's a shock, but it happens occasionally. Not so much from BEZ. I think they're better typically on these issues than the 2 dailies are, for sure, and certainly the television stations.